find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Brings up second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Cook again. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. This defense for the Bears, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On third down, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
A first down throw for Cousins. He's got this to Jefferson. It's inside the 30. Getting 30 yards here.
Execution was one of the large ones leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Yeah, they pretty much let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
Nwangwu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Now the 4th-round pick out of Georgia, Zamir White. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Opting to run again here with White. Pushes him over, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
It's just shy of the 45. Getting it time and space, brings up a big 10 and lets it going for 31. Just like that, out of danger, and past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins now. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Vikings at a disappointing 0-4 through the first month of the year. It's been really a lost first month of the season, that's for sure.
And they still believe they have potential. They still believe they're a good team. But they have to absolutely start showing it right now. 0-4? That doesn't even sound right to them. But let's face it, you are what your record says you are until you break out.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dominique Robinson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Dancing to his left. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. He's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. That's all the way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So in our territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings! And Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He's got room past the 30. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Fields. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. 7-7 our score after 1.
7-7.
Here's White. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Zamir White His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have moved out in front. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Bears 14, Vikings 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
On 2nd down and 4, Cousins. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
First down, here's Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They'll roll him out right. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. But when he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, here's Fields. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Zamir White with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag, and they'll accept that penalty.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Takes it at the 7. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Cousins sliding out of the pocket. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A nice throw there by the... And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Vikings 7. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Again, it's Cook. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. He'll buy some time right. Catch is made here by Herb Smith Jr. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They'll run with Cook. He's got some room to operate. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. It's Cousins on the sneak. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Kirk Cousins, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Play action. It's Fields. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now it's Fields. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Velus Jones, 41 yards. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Vikings 14. Santos to kick off.
Now after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Wisniewski set to kick off.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Off-play action, Fields. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Rager catches it left side.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And now that'll kick out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted back at their own 30. Oh, man.
At their own 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
To throw is Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
On first down, it's Fields.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got a man, complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Bears get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, our coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
Cousins gives way to Cook.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's a running play now for Thielen.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this down back to 37. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Brought down back at the 31-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And some room to work. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, 31 yards. And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Second and 5 now. Fields. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Darnell Mooney, 43 yards. And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because
Touchdown, Chicago!
Darnell Mooney,
34 yards.
and the Bears are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Santos with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse.
Taking it right down Broadway. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown.
Dalvin Cook,
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Vikings are able to claw one back. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last two drives.
it certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
First down, here's White.
95 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to get the football at the M23.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tail. He's
his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They run it again with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He was brought down by Jaquan Brisker. It's a loss of a yard.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. First down, here's the run with Cook. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. One last shot now for Cousins. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides